Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Keeping Up with the Queen. Today we're here to talk about a new Nars Cosmetics cheek palette called You're Not Ready. Orgasm on the beach. Let's get right into it. I cannot wait to play with these colors. This is a limited edition palette, which means when it's gone, sadly, it's gone. So if it's good, you guys should jump onto the boat and buy it like me. But today's video is gonna take care of that part. This palette retails for 59 US dollars and it is inspired by the sun-kissed, rosy, peachy, like the Orgasm blush, which is their cult favorite bestseller blush in their whole range. Let's first of all the packaging. This is a very reflective kind of plasticky packaging. It's very similar to Natasha Denona cheek palettes like the Bloom palette or the Tan palette, made in Italy, and the expiration date is in 18 months. So you have quite a bit of time playing with these colors. The shades in here are supposed to be true to color when applied onto your skin, and it's supposed to blend in perfectly and create a smooth velvet yummy finish. Nars also claims on Sephora website that all of these shades are all skin tone friendly, which means olive undertone like me or pink undertone, all of those undertone and skin tones will be working well with these colors. I have all the swatches here. The first shade is Turtle Bay, which is a shimmering peach champagne, Naples metallic rose gold, Mandalay Bay, satin caramel bronze, Montezuma shimmering golden peach, the classic Orgasm, which is a peachy pink with golden shimmer. Lastly, we have Zuma, which is a satin rouge. They are either creamy finished or shimmery. At first, I thought these two were going to be very similar in the way that they are both highlighters, but now that I swatched them, they are not. The second shade is gonna be a beautiful, more shimmery kind of a bronzer slash blush on me. Mandalay and Zuma are the least shimmery shades in this whole palette. You can definitely use this palette to complete your whole face. So you have a highlighter, you probably can use either of these as a bronzer slash contour. All of these colors you can put on your eyes as eye makeup, and then of course blushes. So I like the versatility of it. When I dip my finger into the pan, they are a little bit drier than a typical eyeshadow would be. They feel almost like the texture of Tom Ford eyeshadow, where it's like pressed a little bit harder into the pan, and the colors are stunning so far. And the pigmentation is decent. Of course, they're meant to be on the cheeks, so they're not super pigmented, but I'm sure they're buildable, so you can build them up and then they're gonna be super pigmented like what I did right here with the swatches. Let's proceed onto the demo part. I am so excited to get ready with you today. I already have my foundation and powder on, a little bit of mascara and eyeliner. I will show you the close-up of this palette. It is beautiful, and you can see the NARS embed into the pan. Usually I don't go for limited edition palettes, but this might be a good exception. That's kind of what I thought when I ordered it. Let's work on the eye look first. I prime my eyes with concealer and powder. Mandalay Bay as a transition shade. If you hear noises, apparently my neighbors are pounding on the wall. Interesting. Wow. It is more pigmented than I thought. On the eyelid now that I put it on and blend it out, it looks almost like a peachy shade, which is really strange. Next up, I'm going to use more dense brush, and I will dip into Naples, this beautiful light bronze. It is shimmery for sure. Wow, these shades are gonna be so pretty on the cheeks. Let's use the same brush and build up a little bit just to see how deep it can get on my outer corner. Very easy to blend so far. On my lower lash line, let's do Mandalay Bay first. How has your week been? I have been having a really long week and I was so busy. I had no time to play with makeup. Today was actually the first day this week I have time to sit down and film a video. But I hope your week is going well and you can relax at the end of the day on the weekend, and I hope you are staying safe. Of course, we're grabbing Naples for the inner half of my lower lash line, turning the side, and we're going to get Turtle Bay for the inner corner highlight. How brightening it is compared to this side. Wow. Effortless, peachy look. There's not much depth, but it's very beautiful and it's almost like a watercolor kind of a painting, which I love. Let's move on to the cheek. I want to put the peachy shade in the middle of my cheek, and then toward the outer of my cheekbone, I'm going to use the Mandalay Bay. And to Mandalay Bay, let's build it up slowly. More toward the outer of my face. Wow, it's a beautiful flush of color. I think this is a good purchase, you guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Not too pigmented right away, which is more user friendly and more skin tone friendly, I think. The lighter skin tone can use less product, and then the darker skin tone, just use a little bit more and then you can build it up. When I look in the pan, they all look very distinct, but when I put them on my eyes, they all turn peachy. Maybe that's the point of the palette, it's just different from the pan. So Montezuma to go toward the inner portion of my cheek. Yeah, Montezuma is more pigmented for sure. I want a little bit of Mandalay Bay. I want to see a difference, you know? And now let's highlight the face using Turtle Bay. It's not super metallic, but it is a nice glow and it looks very creamy. This is the finished look. What do we think? It is effortless, it's creamy, it's dewy, it's very spring and summer friendly. At first, when I looked at this palette, I thought, oh, maybe these two shades will be more like winter friendly or like fall, but no, they're all very warm, very peachy. I did add Zuma, this beautiful rouge kind of reddish shade on the outer corner of my lower lash line because I felt like it needed a little bit more something into this look. Before we end this video, let's do a little bit of comparison, because when I use these colors, I feel like I have something similar in my collection. So especially this highlighter shade, Turtle Bay, let's get that color powder highlighter in the Natasha Denona Tan palette. This one right here, it's a little more creamy actually than Natasha Denona. I suspect it's going to be more pigmented. Becca highlighter, which is like the OG of all highlighter in my opinion. This is the shade Moonstone. This is Nars new palette. This is the highlighter in the tan palette, Natasha Denona, and this is Moonstone. I want to focus on the formula. The Natasha Denona and the Becca highlighters are a little bit more glittery, more shimmery, more metallic. They're all beautiful and all very smoothing on the skin. All of these three. Let's do Mandalay. Bronzing shade in the tan palette. Mandalay and tan palette. Now, when they're next to one another, we can see that this one is pink, red, while this from the tan palette is definitely a contour slash bronzer. There is much more brown in the Natasha Denona shade. Natasha Denona is just a little bit smaller and the length is quite a bit smaller, but yeah, pretty comparable size to be honest. Of course, it's just a first impression. Get ready with me, so it's not my full opinion of this palette. I will have to update you as time goes on how I feel about it, but so far, please let us know in the comment section if you have deeper skin tone than me. How does this work out for you? I have a little bit of trouble building up pigmentation for some of the shades, especially Mandalay. I expected it to be much deeper. First two shades right here, the highlighter and the mid-tone bronzing highlight here, they remind me so much of Tom Ford wet dry eyeshadow formula. If you're familiar with that, you will know what I'm talking about. It's a little bit dry to the touch. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's a limited edition. So if you have the budget, if it's something you're looking at and you want a easy to use, not too pigmented, and warm blush palette that is multi-purpose, because these colors can be used on your eyes as well. For example, from Grwm, it's a little bit more difficult to do that just because they are all very bright and clearly blush shades. This palette is more versatile. And there's highlight shades too. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy my content, and please consider subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notification button so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Besides that, I hope you have a great day, a great night, a great weekend. I will see you in my next one. Until next time, please don't flop.